going to light a candle for firefighter Tim Stoneham, who passed away this year. Light another candle for firefighter Lance Lipinski.
I want to feel my calling and to give the best in me. And if according to my faith, I am to live
Light another candle for all military and first responders.
my children and my wife.
We're going to light one more candle for anybody that we don't know about. Past year, we ran 318 calls total. I'm sure Steve, Chuck, one of them two flopped them a little bit, but anyway, that's more than Corfu, so. And you know what's even more sad? Tyler Lang is a fireman in Corfu, but he ran more calls with us than he did Corfu. Tyler, thank you for coming to the good side. I don't have an award for you, so as soon as you change that gear that says Corfu or CORFU to East Pembroke, then we'll be all right. All right, so half of our calls, I'll go over our calls. 76% of our calls were rescue EMS, 4 were hazardous, 4.72 were service calls, 4.40 were good intent, 4.72 were false alarms, 3% was severe weather, and we had 1 fire that's turned into a structure fire stemmed from a chimney fire. So we're down on fires, which is a good thing. Manpower hours through the station for calls. Total hours, this is not accurate total man hours, but it's close. As of right now, we got about 1,200 man hours for just the calls. That's not training. That is only calls for the year. So we're doing pretty good with that. And then I'm going to go on our calls top 10 responders for the year. We'll just go in no particular order here. I guess they're all in order. Jen Groff with 85 calls made. Jen? Connie Marble, 86 calls. Don Newton Sr. with 88 calls. Matt Allen, 93 calls. Rick Droff, 94 calls. Paul Kershey's not here. He had 111 calls. Dale Luder with 152 calls. And Julie with 190 calls. And then I'll just throw it out there quick. Steve Smelsky had 102 calls. And Chuck had 135 calls. All right, we're going to move on on to some other awards here. Two service award, or years of service awards right now. The following people can come up here: Jen Henning, Penny Marble, Joyce and Perry, and Ryan Worthington.
Junior, how many calls did you go to?
Not enough.
200 or something? Yeah, I know.
I didn't make enough this year.
It's five, thank you.
Kenny, you come up. Joyce, to today. These four are this is their 5-year service awards. They've been in the department now for 5 years and been active for the 5 years that they've been in. We do have a 15-year award. He's not here tonight, Jan Norway. And 2 20-year awards, life membership. They're both not here tonight, James Deaton and Dave Winters. Some outgoing awards that we have. Outgoing meaning that they have left their position to move on or gave it up for somebody else to do, have a chance to do the job. Outgoing EMS Captain Destin Dancer, he's not here. Outgoing Captain, Firematic Captain Dave Winters, he is not here. And outgoing Treasurer Dan Vanier. I talked to Dan the other day briefly, and Dan's been doing this, he thinks 27 to 30 years, I'm going to say, probably. Pretty close. He's been our treasurer for our fire department. And this year, he has turned it over to somebody else. So, Dan, thank you for your service. And Dan, we're going to have you stay up here. We do a Service Person of the Year award, and that's voted on by our membership. And that Service Person of the Year can be anybody from a fireman to community members to businesses to anything. This year we had a tie. We had 2 of them. Well, first of all, Dan Vanier, the members that spoke, and you are the Service Person of the Year award.
Wow.
The second one, Kenny and I kind of talked about this. If my dad would come up here, he gets it through Ron and Newt's, the business. He's, I was just talking to GM1 about it. We kind of thinking back, there's not too many businesses left around, small businesses, that will pay their people, their employees, to go to fire calls as a volunteer. Fortunately, I still get paid to go to calls. And, you know, he lets me do that. And, you know, if it's something serious, our doors lock, our business shuts down, so we can go provide the service that we intended to do to our community. So, Kenny, thank you for putting that out there. I never thought of it that way. So, and I want to thank all of our members too for voting on that as well, to appreciate us as a business and my dad too for allowing this to happen. So, thank you. This year, we have Firefighter of the Year award. The Chiefs picked that. This member did not make it tonight. Paul Kirsch is our Firefighter of the Year. We also have another one that I personally did. This year, we've gone through some trying times to get things done around the fire hall. And the guys really stepped up to help out with a lot of things around the fire department when, we were down in the dumps or when things needed to get done and I couldn't be there to do it. Chuck Chatley is going to be our other Firefighter of the Year award. All right, last but not least. I want to read something here, but you're going to have to forgive me because I'm probably going to shed a few tears and try to do my best with it. So, I'd like to take a few moments to talk with you about someone who has influenced many people in this room, including myself greatly. This man joined the department in 1969 when he was only 18 years old. Some of you have known him since this day. I myself have known him, been fortunate enough to know him through my life. I think back on my childhood and remember a man who was always on the go, working hard to help his family, friends, and community. He never relaxed at the end of the workday because this man doesn't know the meaning of the end of the workday. He was either helping at the shop, working on race cars, in the garage, or spending time at the fire hall volunteering. He did not do any of this because he felt he had to, or because it made him a good father or a good member of the community. He did it because he wanted to. I always tagged along with him, whether it was working on the race cars or going to the fire hall on Monday nights when I was younger. Our conversations were always real. He talked and treated me like an equal, and through our many hours together. I also learned to love the fire department and community and find a best friend in my father along the way. All children absorb a great deal from the world they grow up in. But it wasn't until adulthood that I realized the full impact of growing up with a father who strongly believed in family, friends, and service to his community. He has proven to me in positive ways one can affect the lives of others in their community through their choices and character. Luckily for all of you, he has always passed on his stubbornness and ability to say it like it is, to me and to everybody. Over the past 50 years, much success of the East Pembroke Fire Department has been a result of his volunteering in various roles, including commissioner, captain, lieutenant, president, vice president, board of director, assistant chief, and chief. And the best one, a true hero. His dedication and commitment serve as a vital link in the chain that drives this fire department. On behalf of this fire department, our community, my family, and myself, congratulations on reaching this milestone of 50 years of active service with the East Pembroke Fire Department. Thank you for modeling what it means to be a leader, a motivator, and a person with the right priorities. Thank you for leading a life so honorable that I wanted to follow in your footsteps. I everybody would please join me in recognizing Don Newton Sr. for 50 years of service to the East Pembroke Fire Department. Thank you for your distinguished service, loyalty, and devotion to the fire department and community that you served.
And save my children from disaster. So God made a fireman.
God said, I need someone who will leave their family and go put their life on the line to save the life of someone they have never met. So God made a fireman.
God said, I need someone who will put all their fear aside without a fire and flames at a neighbor's house to protect what that person has worked their entire life for. So God made a fireman.
God said, I need someone strong enough to remove a husband and wife from tangled metal and steel of a motor vehicle accident, but also soft enough to pick up and comfort the scared, crying child unharmed during the accident and tell them it's going to be okay. Mommy and Daddy are going to be fine. So God made a fireman.
God said, I need someone tough enough to tell a woman that the man she has been married to for 50 years is dead without showing any emotion after performing CPR on him for a solid hour. But when everything is over and they are all alone, will cry their eyes out because they feel like that they could have done more to save that man. So God made a fireman.
God said, I need someone who will wake up in the middle of the night when the temperature outside is below freezing to go sit on a ground monitor and spray water on a farmer's barn that's engulfed in flames to save what is left of the equipment and livestock, and never complain about being wet or cold as ice forms on his coat and helmet. So God made a fireman.
God said, someone who, no matter how busy, how sick, or how tired, will put their priorities aside to answer the sound of a pager whenever it may sound. So God made a fireman.
God said, I need someone who can drive trucks, pull hose, use many tools, lift heavy loads, withstand extreme heat, beat the devil face to face, and not be frightened, and do this safely so they may return home to families that would be lost without them. So God made a fireman.
It had to be someone who could guide, direct, protect and serve, save lives and property, conquer and overcome, fear yet be fearless, never accept failure, sacrifice life and limb, pray and love. Somebody that when the fire is out and the wrecks are cleared, returns home and surrounds himself with a family and smiles a big smile and fights back a tear when he hears his own son say, I want to be just like Daddy when I grow up. So God made a fireman.
All right, so I found that last night. We were in Chuck and Kenny were in the office looking for something different, and I found that last night. And what a great honor to be able to share this moment with him and be able to call him my dad, Dale. The same thing. Between my dad and Dale and myself, we have 105 years of service in the fire department. I think it speaks a lot of his character and how he's raised us to become who we are and to become better people. And that goes for each and every one of you as members in this fire department. not always politically correct, and I don't ever want him to be.
He's community correct.
Community correct. Greg Pope said it. He's community correct, and that he is. Like I said, he gave up his time anytime he needed to make sure that this fire department and our community had what they needed, whether it was with equipment, just hours, or donations, whatever it is. And I'm proud that you're my dad.
You're a girl.
All right, now you gotta talk.
No, that's not gonna happen. Thank you very much.
TJ, Kelly, you guys can come up. Bobby. All right, we have one more thing for him. Senator Hawley was here, and he has a proclamation. He had to depart for another obligation. Patty Michael Black is going to present this to him.
On behalf of Steve Hawley and the Assembly, we would like to give this citation to Don. Whereas this legislator has the privilege to recognize and pay tribute to individuals who have displayed a deep commitment to enhancing their communities and improving the state of New York, and whereas the legislator is proud to honor on this 10th day of January 2020, Don Newton Sr. for 50 years of dedicated service to the East Pembroke Volunteer Fire Department and the people of Pembroke. And whereas upon joining the East Pembroke Volunteer Fire Department, Don has repeatedly demonstrated courage in the face of adversity when performing life-saving duties, from putting out large fires to responding to car accidents. Don has become a model firefighter and is a positive example for his community. And whereas the firefighters do more than protect their communities, they educate the public on fire prevention, teaching people practical ways in which they can save themselves from danger by avoiding it entirely. Don's work to promote fire prevention helps keep our communities safe. And whereas this legislator is very pleased to have this opportunity to recognize Don Newton Sr. for his positive example of sacrifice and devotion on behalf of the community, the citizens of Pembroke are better off because of his work with the East Pembroke Volunteer Fire Department. Now therefore be it resolved that as a duly elected member of the Assembly of the State of New York, I humbly offer my praise and gratitude to Don Newton Sr. in honor of a well-spent life of public service, protecting our community as a firefighter in the East Pembroke Volunteer Fire Department, January 10th, 2020. In witness hereof, I have hereto signed with signatures Stephen Hawley, member of New York State Assembly.
Thank you very much, everybody.
All of our call makers and awards people that got awards. We're going to have you come back up here after, and we're going to have you get some pictures. I know some families want pictures and stuff like that. So again, I want to thank everybody for coming out this year. We had a hell of a year, and I hope that we can have another hell of a year. And again, Corfu, you guys can need some help over there. So don't be afraid to call on us. Listen, I've called on you many times, but you guys are really going to need some help over there.
So remember that next time we hear the tone, Steve's memory.
Yeah. Tim, do you want to come on up and, you thought I was going to forget about that. Steve had to whisper in my ear, don't forget to have Tim come up. So, we're going to do the installation of all the officers at this time. Kind of run out of order, but that's okay. Everybody, I'll ask for forgiveness.
Thanks, Chief. I was told that Settlement Hawley's downstairs trying to balance the state budget, so I'll give him a little sign of good luck.
Greg's not down there with him.
No. I don't think I've ever seen the chief this emotional, and I don't know, I'm kind of disappointed because I really that was a pretty tough guy, but he's just a big teddy bear. He really is. But I think he got so emotional because he knows his dad has set the bar so damn high. There is no way in the world this politically incorrect chief is going to make it 50 years. There's no way. So, well, congratulations, Mr. Newton. That's 50 years is admirable and astonishing, actually, to be active, in fact, for that many years. It's quite amazing. And congratulations to all the award winners. And on behalf of the Emergency Management Office, thank you for the invitation to help us here this evening. If you would just please come up and file a nice orderly line. Chief Don Newton, Jr., First Assistant Chief Charles Chatley, Second Assistant Chief Steve Smelsky, Captain Paul Kirsch, Lieutenant Ken Marble, EMS Captain Jocelyn Perry, EMS Lieutenant Jen Groff, Fire Police Captain Dale Luder, Fire Police Lieutenant Matt Allen, Training Officer Rick Groff, and Assistant Training Officer Justin Nye. Joyce, I'm sorry. Get yelled at. President Don Newton Sr., Vice President Ken Marble, Joycelyn.
Yeah.
Perry is the secretary. Person, yeah, you got it now. Jen Groff is Treasurer, Sergeant of Arms Rick Groff, and Department Chaplain Pastor Bloom, and Board of Directors Steve Smelsky, David Winters, Andrew Martin, Charles Chatley, Rick Groff, and President Don Newton Sr. What doesn't he do? Vice President Ken Marble, Jocelyn Perry is Secretary and Treasurer Jeff Groff. We got it. Joycelyn. Did I do it wrong?
Twice.
Is that what? If you would please raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of New York, and the bylaws of this fire department, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office to which I have been elected to the best of my ability. You can lower your right hand. As installing officer, I now declare the officers of the East Pembroke Fire Department duly installed for the year 2020. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen.
One more thing I just want to announce. We do have a new commissioner this year. Mary Ann Chatley, she's sitting right in front of me here. Raise your hand, please. So, glad to have her on board with us and keep moving things in a positive manner. So, all of you guys standing up here, thank you again for over the past years. Chuck did a 5-year call summary last night on the computer, and it was pretty impressive. So we're able to keep track of the hours and the calls that everybody's made, and just thank you again. Thank you, everybody.